pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we come together for matters of business. Let our hearts be humble, unselfish, and in good faith. May you bless our thoughts and words and help us make decisions for the good of all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Reports. Yes, sir. Item 1A is a report on program manager activity for the 365 tollway project and the IBTC environmental clearance document. Eric Davila will give a brief report.
Thank you for that, directors. So on the 365 project, we continue to move forward with preparing the project for a rebid. So we have a set of procurement rules that are going to be for you to adopt and basically try to obtain some of our federal funding for the redesign of the project while we wait on our funding request to be responded to by the state. In addition to that, we also have an item before y'all on the regular agenda, which is a utility relocation agreement. The first of its kind on the tollway project. We've done plenty of them on the 281 project. This one's a little different in the sense that because it's a toll road project, the reimbursement, especially when they own the underlying easement and the interest, is that we got to reimburse that fully in this particular case. And so you have one for a DCP midstream 8-inch line. We'll cover a little more details in the actual agenda item. But essentially that's part of our homework to get the project ready for the rebid. And so to the extent that we can cash flow items like that, we'll continue to prepare them of course, to a cost advantage to us wherever possible, so that we can move as many utilities as possible and have less risk that the contractors will perceive when they bid the big project. That's pretty much what we have on the 365 project as of now. Any particular questions on that project?
So when do we think we'll get the bids, any idea?
Well, depending on when, what configuration the project ends up taking due to the funding that gets allocated to the project, we anticipate early next year. So once we are able to tap the federal funds, we'll go to procurement pretty much immediately. So by next month, we should have the RFQ out for design. And then the design process will take anywhere between 3 to 4 months. Once we do that, then we can let the project, and so that puts us into the January, February timeframe when those bid documents hit the street, essentially.
Chairman, one of the comments we received from the last go-round on bids was contractors asked for more time to bid the project. So in the last bid scenario, we gave 45 days to bid, and they're asking 60 days to bid the project this go.
So we go out.
Yeah, if we, let's say we were to advertise, we'd give them all of October and all of November to bid the project. Our bid opening would be early December. Yes, sir, in that scenario.
Right, and on page 6 of the report, of the PM report, we have a proposed schedule based on the current facts and timeline that we have before us, and it puts us in that beginning of the 2020 timeframe. Any other questions on 365? On the IBTC, we continue to move forward with our coordination with our stakeholders. We're still on track. We're working through mitigation strategies for archaeological, hazmat, and waters of the U.S. So Army Corps of Engineers for our permits. Essentially, the majority of the studies are done. We're working through how to address the comments that the agencies have, their stake in the project, to make sure that we address environmental impacts that any project will have. So we're working through those at the meantime. We've also engaged the Down Irrigation District, which is probably our biggest utility / irrigation stakeholder on the project. Indications were very positive, that we were glad to have seen a lot of their concerns from 2014, 2015, back when 365 and IBTC were going concurrently. So a lot of the feedback that we garnered from them has been incorporated, and so they were happy to see it on the other side. So we're trying to work through a memorandum of agreement so that we can engage them early, so that the design is done once to their specifications, to our budget constraints, and arrive at a better defined project and the IBTC forward more quickly. So that's the biggest update on IBTC. Any other questions on that project? No, hearing none. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Directors, the next item on the agenda is a consent agenda. Excuse me. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the governing body and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. However, if discussion is desired, that item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
If there are no questions, could I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Motion by Alonso.
Second.
Second by Forrest. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Item 3A, Resolution 2019-24, approval of a utility relocation agreement with DCP Midstream for the 365 Tollway project. Chairman, Directors, this is a formal agreement between the authority and DCP Midstream for the relocation of an 8-inch gas line just west of McCall Road along the 365 alignment. The cost to relocate this gas line is $173,980.69. This is required to be relocated as part of the roadway project. Staff recommends approval of the agreement with DCP Midstream.
Are there any questions? If not, can I take a recommendation for a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Paul, second by Frank. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Chairman, that's the only item we have left on
Go to executive session.
the, should recommend you entertain a motion.
So moved.
Executive session, item 6A and item 6D.
Motion going to executive session by Forrest. Can I get a second? Motion second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
We can go into the break room.
Did I get a motion to reconvene the meeting?
So moved.
Motion by Alonso, second by Forrest. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign.
Chairman, we have no further items for the board's consideration.
So can I get a meeting to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion, get a second?
Second.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries.